Hi you guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Ruby, I live in New York City and this is my lifestyle channel. So if you haven't subscribed already, please take a second to do so. We're trying to reach 7K. That is next goal here for this channel. I also post daily content over on my TikTok and our next goal over there is to hit 25,000 followers. If you haven't followed there already, please be sure to do so. There's lots of bonus content. I love my TikTok fam. Obviously, I love my YouTube fam as well, but it's a fun time over there. And today's video happens to be one of my favorite videos to film. You guys know every time I do one of these, it's like literally my favorite. We have a Sephora haul and we actually have a second one coming as well in a few days. Let me just like briefly explain before we get into the video. I had some money that I received for my birthday in June, and so some of it I did spend like on both of these orders, and then most of it was just purchased with my own money. But with the summer being like fully here, and also with content creation being a major part of my job, there were definitely quite a few things that I needed to order recently. I feel like I've said this a million times on my channel already, but I'm actually going on vacation next month with my boyfriend Kevin and his family. So there were some like vacation slash like sun and beach essentials that I needed to pick up, so travel size things. So I placed two different orders just to kind of keep everything as organized as possible. The first order that's here today is makeup and fragrance, and then the second order that I placed is hair care and skincare. So part two basically of this haul will be up in a few days as soon as I get that package. But for now, let's just dive into everything that I picked up in terms of makeup and fragrance. I'm gonna have everything linked down below as always. And yeah, let's just get into the Sephora haul. I'm so excited. I love a Sephora haul. I love watching them. I love filming them. They're like my favorite thing to watch while I'm like winding down for bed. And we've got some really good stuff. So let's get into it. And also, as always, let me know if you'd like any of these products featured in future videos, future TikToks. Just let me know. I doubt this is surprising to you guys at all, but I have so many Sephora points in my account. It's not even funny. I'm somebody who just likes to save and save and save, and then occasionally I will trade in like 2,500 points for like one of the $100 gift cards. But I don't know, I think secretly I just keep saving and saving. Hopefully that like one day I'll be able to snag one of like the really big like prizes. However, like I said, with going on vacation soon and just wanting to buy some more like mini sizes of things, there were a couple of items that I did actually trade in some points for. So let's go through those first, because like I said, I do have quite a few like, what am I trying to say, not bonuses, but like little mini products that I traded in points for. By the way, each of these were 100 points each, I think. So first I just got this little mini size of the Nars Orgasm Blush. It's so freaking cute and it's a great color for the summertime, so I thought having a mini size would be really nice for traveling, but also it could be a really pretty eyeshadow as well. I also got the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I just feel like it's always good to have a little travel brow setter, because especially if you get it in a clear formula like this, you can throw it in your purse, like touch up your brows throughout the day, or if you have like a slick back bun and you're dealing with some flyaways, it can double as like a little hair tamer. Tell me why like mini sizes of things just make me so happy. It's just adorable, and this brow gel is actually really, really great. I used to have a full size of it and I really did enjoy it. The brush is a little weird, but the formula of the actual gel is like A+. Okay, and then lastly, I got two little perfumes. You guys know I'm such a perfume lover. I'm always down to try out new scents. I have a pretty extensive collection, and for traveling, I typically just bring like little tiny sample like spritzers or little like deluxe size samples like this. So first, I picked up one from the brand, I might butcher this, but Erin, and this is Amber Musk. I've actually heard a lot about this brand. I see them every time I go into Nordstrom, and I'm obsessed with like the bottles, and the scents all sound very much up my alley. And then this is from Clean, which I've tried quite a few of their fragrances in the past and I've loved them. This is Radiant Nectar. This says that it falls into the floral musk category of fragrances, and again, just look how freaking cute. Okay, now let's get into everything that I actually spent my money on, starting with this new concealer brush from Hourglass. Actually, I don't think that it's new, it's just like new to me. This is their Vanish Seamless Finish concealer brush, and recently I've really been enjoying, like I'm still die hard when it comes to applying my foundation with a sponge, but I've really been enjoying applying my concealer with a brush recently. So I just wanted to see what else was out there, and I found this and it looked really interesting, kind of like a similar shape to the Rare Beauty where it's on a little bit of an angle, and the bristles are pretty densely packed, so it's going to be really nice for like fuller coverage if you're trying to conceal blemishes or hyperpigmentation or any sort of scarring. I actually ended up getting quite a few products from Urban Decay. I feel like they are really making a comeback back, and I'm very impressed with what they've been launching recently. So first up, I picked up one of their new miniature palettes that they came out with. This is the Naked Foxy palette, and they had a nude one as well, and then like a more pinky toned one. This one is more like kind of richer browns and like olive tone shades. I just thought it would be super pretty. Like, you could use it in the daytime, but especially for like a really fun evening summer smoky eye, just something different. I don't have a lot of colors like this. The packaging is great, it's fun, it's spunky, very much like Urban Decay vibes, and then the inside of the palette looks like this. So you get 6 different shades, and like I said, they range from kind of browns and golds to a couple more like olivey tones. And although this is a pretty neutral palette, the colors just make me excited. Like, I'm just really pumped to use this. I picked up a mini size of the Benetint from Benefit Cosmetics. If you guys don't know, this is a lip and cheek stain. Such a classic product. It's been around forever. I used to use it years ago in high school, and then again, I just kind of stopped. I didn't even really fall out of love with it. I just found other things that like took over in my collection. This has been going viral again recently, and everybody and their mother has been using it. They've since come out with other shades other than just like the original Benetint, but this one is honestly my favorite. It's just a great, easy to use, low-key product. Great for the summertime, great when you're doing a really like minimal makeup look, which is very few products. So it's basically just a super watery stain, and it looks really intense in the container, but I promise you it's not. It just gives a beautiful, natural, rosy flush to the cheeks or lips. This is just a repurchase, but it's a product that I love. It's the Cosis Revealer Concealer. I mean, at this point, who doesn't love this product? I really like this for both an under eye concealer and on my face. For my under eyes, I use the shade 2.5C, I believe it is, and I still have a backup of that in my collection, but I did need to restock my face shade, which is 3W. It's light with subtle golden undertones. Such a good concealer. It's super creamy, so easy to work with. It looks beautiful and natural on the skin with just like a touch of radiance, and it just feels good on the skin. Like, this is honestly makeup that just feels like skincare, if that makes sense. You guys know that I love the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. I talk about it all the time, and I wanted to pick up a slightly lighter shade specifically for highlighting. Typically, I use the shade 4.5 all over my face, either in lieu of foundation or underneath my foundation. But like I said, I wanted a slightly lighter shade just to have something different just to play around with, but I didn't think I needed a full size of that color, so I actually just got the mini size. So like I said, it's the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I got it in the shade 3 Fair. This is just one of those multi-use products that is insanely good. I, again, like, cannot recommend this enough. Speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I finally was able to pick up the lip luster gloss in the shade Pillow Talk. I really like the lip luster glosses. They are a little bit thicker and slightly sticky, but they last on the lips for an incredibly long time, and they look gorgeous. I have 2 other shades in my collection, and I had been waiting for the Pillow Talk shade to come back in stock, and it finally did, and I just snatched it up, put it in my cart, and luckily it didn't sell out by the time I placed my order. These glosses are also like the perfect opacity. They're not super opaque, but they're not sheer, so you really do get like a decent amount of color payoff. Very, very thrilled to have this in my collection now. This is definitely, again, going in my vacation makeup bag, but also it's just gonna be a staple in my collection now. I think for the first time in probably like, I don't know, easily over 5 years, I picked up a pot concealer. You guys know I'm typically like a liquid concealer gal through and through, but recently I'm obsessed with Makeup by Kellyanne. You guys know that. I follow her on all of her social media channels, and she's just so incredibly talented. I actually got the chance recently to meet her at an influencer event, and she was just the sweetest, but anyways, that's besides the point. I love her recommendations. I love watching the way that she applies makeup. She truly is such an artist, and she swears by the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer when it comes to covering up blemishes that are super, super hard to conceal. Now, I actually had this concealer a few years ago back in high school, and I remember eventually I threw it out because I just wasn't loving it, and I think that's for a variety of reasons. You know, I was still developing my makeup skills, and this is also a very specific concealer. This is not one that for me personally you'd want to use underneath your eyes. It can get very thick and it can get very creasy. For some people it works great. For me, it just didn't. At least that's what I remember. And I remember liking it on my face. I just wasn't exactly sure the proper way to apply it. I think I was using a sponge at the time, when really with this you should be using a brush. So we're gonna try it out again, and I have a feeling I'm gonna like it a lot more than I did when I was in high school. I picked up the shade Madeline, which is light 2.3, and this is what I typically use in their what is it called? Like the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I feel like everybody has probably seen this packaging at this point, but it's just a cute little jar. And then here is the concealer. There's nothing like a perfectly new makeup product. RMS Beauty. They're another clean beauty brand. I really like their overall aesthetic, but I've never purchased a product from them until now. Their new blushes look insanely beautiful. Some of them are more like a blush topper, super, super pretty. But for today, I picked up one of the eyelights, which is their liquid shadows. I believe they do dry down to a powder, but they start off as a liquid. I will say I'm hoping that they come out with a few other colors just because I don't feel like any of them are crazy unique, but I thought this one was absolutely beautiful. This is in the color Sunbeam. Okay, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's very small, but with liquid shadow, a little goes a long way, and there's really no point in having like a giant container, but it's so cute. It looks like a little acrylic paint like squeezy tube, and then it also comes with this little metal tool, and this is basically how you make sure that the product is getting like pushed down as you continue to go through the container. Does that make sense? I don't think it really did. Going back to Urban Decay, I have two colors of the same product. Now I bought these because one, they interest me, but also they just released on the market, so I definitely want to film a TikTok trying these out and giving my first impression. Urban Decay lip products are always really great in my opinion. I love the Vice Shine lipsticks. I recently discovered those. They are killer. And these are the brand new Lip Bond Unbreakable Liquid Lip Color. Essentially, like in the simplest terms, this is supposed to be a super comfortable, long-lasting liquid lipstick with a more like natural finish. I don't think it's supposed to have like a vinyl finish, but it's certainly not matte. I've heard that these are waterproof, sweat-proof, basically like everything proof, and people have really been raving about them. So the first color that I got is called Textum, and this is one of the like, not bestsellers because it just came out, but I think it said one of like Urban Decay's favorite shades. The packaging is a little bulky, but it is cool. However, it does definitely take up a little bit of space in your storage. It says to shake it for like 5 seconds before use to like blend everything together. And then next we have the shade Safe Word, which is definitely more of a nude. I mean, it is really fun. It's just like bulky, don't get me wrong, but here is the color. I love the Hourglass blushes. It is true that they are definitely an investment, but they just look insanely good on the skin. I totally just kicked my camera. I guess I'm just very passionate about these blushes, but I love them. They give just kind of a kiss of color. I don't want to make it sound like they have no pigment in them at all, but they're just this beautiful, subtle color to the cheeks. You can definitely blend them, what am I trying to say? Build them up if you want to. But they just give like the most beautiful luminosity to the skin. It's kind of like a blush topper, highlighter in one. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I think this is a color that Makeup by Kellyanne just talked about on her Instagram. So I was like, all right, definitely adding that to cart. So this is the Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Sublime Flush. Here is the actual color. So it's this really pretty peachy coral with kind of strokes of magenta throughout, if you can see that. Or not even magenta, it's honestly more like lilac lavender, so it brings just a little bit of cool to the like primary color. Lastly, for the makeup, I got quite a few requests over on TikTok to review Haus Labs, which is Lady Gaga's brand new revamped makeup brand that is now in Sephora. I'm definitely way more excited about this new launch than I was the original brand that was released on Amazon. However, I just didn't feel the need to try everything from the brand, at least not yet, but there were a couple of items that definitely caught my eye, and because so many of you guys were sending me comments on TikTok, I was like, all right, I will buy a few things and we will get some reviews out there. So first, I picked up two of the Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighters. You might be wondering why I ended up picking out two different colors, and it's because I bought both for very different reasons. One of which I'm going to be trying out as a highlighter, and the other I'm going to be trying out as a blush / blush topper. I do really like the very simple packaging. Some people said it was underwhelming, but I think it's clean. I like it. So the first color that I picked up is the shade Peach Quartz, and this is the one that I'm planning on using just as a regular highlight. Okay, the holographic packaging is actually really fun. It just feels super nice in the hand, and I love the magnetic closure. Like, it's just very satisfying. You do get a mirror, which is great for traveling, and then here is the actual color. It is just this beautiful kind of champagne peachy, just radiant highlight. This is the color Fire Opal, which I think is definitely going to be too dark for me to use as an actual highlight, but like I said, I purchased this because I think that it's going to be a really pretty blush or blush topper, and since she didn't come out with any blushes in this first launch, I thought that it would be really interesting to try it that way. Oh my goodness, this is stunning. Like as a highlight on deeper skin tones, I think this would be gorgeous. And I'm really hoping I can make this work as a blush or blush topper for me, because do you see this? And then if you know me at all, I'm sure that you could guess that I was gonna pick this up. This is the PhD Hybrid Lip Oil in the shade Tint. I love a good lip oil, and the applicator of this looks very similar to the Dior one. So I'm really interested to try this out. Now they did have a couple different shades of the lip oil in this most recent launch. And basically from what I understand is they have a slight tint to them, but then they also adjust to like the pH level of your skin. So this one is going to be pink on everybody, but I think like a slightly different shade of pink on everyone. It looks super, super cool though. And yeah, the packaging or like the applicator, it's not the same as the Dior one, but it is definitely like a pretty decently sized wand or yeah, applicator. Okay, lastly, but certainly not least, we have a couple fragrances to get through, all of which were actually a part of a set. I love the Mesa Margiela Replica fragrances. I seriously recommend this to everybody. I've got my boyfriend some in the past, and they wear beautifully. The scents are so unique. I love each and every single one for varying reasons. I saw that they had this kit, and I was like, all right, add to cart. This just seems like the perfect summer trio. So in here you get 3 scents. You get Bubble Bath, Beach Walk, and When the Rain Stops. So here's what they look like. I also just think they're beautiful bottles. Like even the travel size is just so aesthetically pleasing. It's clean, it's classic, and I can't wait to use these. I am a huge perfume lover. You guys know that. Like I'm always wearing something different every single day, but I also have my like staple fragrances that I always go back to. But there you guys have it. That wraps up my Sephora haul. I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for hanging with me. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more from me on this channel, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and again, click that subscribe button down below. We're trying to reach 7K. Follow me on all of my other social media networks, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Check out my Amazon shop. I have a like to know it page, and then there's also just like a ton of discount codes and links in the description box down below. I love you guys so much. I hope that you all are staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon in my next video. Okay, bye everybody.